We continue learning Mesilas Yesharim with this incredible, mind-blowing Hachzik program. Who would have ever thought? How many people never got up to this 307th page in the Artscroll Sefer, the 16th chapter, the fourth rung on the ladder of Pinchas ben Yair, the rung of Tahira. Bebeir Midas Tahira, the trait of Tahira, purity. Says the Ramchal Atari Tikkun Aleva Machshavos. What is Tahira? Refining your lave, your heart, Umachshavos, and your thoughts. We find in David HaMelech until him teaches us, Lave Tahar Brali Elokim, Hashem created for me a pure heart. And says the Ramchal, what is Tahira? Is that a person should not allow the Yetzer Hara to enter into your actions. Ella, you call Maisav, all your actions. Al tzara chachma v'hayira. We're going to now try to take control of our actions. And of course, that's going to start in our lave and in our machshava. The way to take control of all the actions is with chachma and yira. And we should not be governed, and we should not be running our lives by chet and taiva. This intent, this purity, this tahira is required not only when it comes to ruchnius, even in simple, mundane, physical matters. Even after one conducts himself with everything apprecious, the past 3 chapters, that you already got to the point, and we're slowly getting there, one dot, trickle by trickle each and every day, only to take from this world that which we need. We still need to purify our heart and our thoughts. So that even that little bit, even the person who's not running after all the opulence, and slowly he's working on himself, but whatever he does take, now this is even the next level. And of course, these levels are going to blow our mind, and perhaps just the understanding and the learning that they exist, and to realize how great people could become is an avodah unto itself. Says the Ramchal that even when you're taking that little bit, when Rav Aaron Leib Shimon is having that little bit of water and that dot of bread to eat, what is he thinking? Lo yechavin alana. You're not having kavanah for the pleasures. Atayva klal. Rather, you're thinking about the good that comes out of the action. Al tzad chachma v'avodah, through the chachma, the wisdom, and the avodah and the service of Hashem. And continues the Ramchal with an example. We find with regard to Rabbi Eliezer, Gemara Nedarim, all those learned Tafiyam, we learned this about a little bit more than a month ago. That even when he was together with his wife, even having marital relations, he would ensure that he only uncover himself the barest minimum. But then when he had relations, it was almost like he was being forced to by a demon, meaning he didn't get any pleasure. He didn't get pleasure. Mitzvah avoid, you would do it only for the mitzvah avoid. And of course, the disclaimers and the reminders and the warnings the Ramchal is going to give us, we ourselves just remind ourselves. We're not, no one, I mean, I don't know who's listening, but we'll all talk for ourselves. We're of course nowhere near these lofty and incredible levels, but the more that we learn they exist, the more that we can fathom that there's this entity, there are the people, there are mere mortals, flesh and blood, that reach these high and lofty levels that we can't even fathom, is the more they'll give us the chizik to slowly one teeny little dot, one little bit, perhaps it's that cup of coffee, to have one dot of thought. I'm doing this so I can wake up to daven. And I'm not just doing it because I love my coffee. Meaning each little bit is an incredible avodah unto itself. All your ways you should know Hashem. And then what will happen if you're doing it for Hashem? Hashem will yiyasher. He'll straighten us out. Says the Ramchal, we should know just like there's this concept of tahira, of purity in thought when it comes to physical actions, which by their very nature, physicalities, eating, actions, by their nature have to do with what? The Yetzer Hara. That we have to work on distancing yourself and not doing it for the sake of pleasure, not eating just to enjoy, not doing all the pleasurable actions just for pleasure, but rather we're doing it for a loftier and higher purpose. So too, the same thing applies when it comes to doing good deeds. Which by the very nature, you're doing a mitzvah, you're doing Torah, you're doing tefillah. By the very nature, they're karov, they're close to Hashem. Still, even within that action, within the Torah, the Avodah, the Gemilas Chasadim, we have to come to a place to realize that we're doing it for Hashem and not for the Yetzer. And this is something we're going to have to explain. We need Shaloi Lishma. That's what it means, Shaloi Lishma. That's what it means, that when we do things, we do it for the right intent. We don't do it for ourselves. We don't do it for our own honor. We don't learn to get to a place that people recognize us. No, we do it for which reason? We do it for the greatest purpose. We do it to serve Hashem. And slowly, b'siyat Shemaya, the more that we learn each and every day, a moment, a little bit, one little dot, we'll be able to purify our actions. We'll be able to come a little bit closer in aligning our actions with the Avodah of Hashem Yisbarach. We'll pick it up from here in the next year, b'siyat Shemaya.